Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys. It means a lot to me that you watch this video. And I'm going to give you a couple of the baits that I was throwing on Lake Guntersville that caught me the 18 pounds, 3 ounces in the Major League Fishing BFL yesterday. So this was not as easy as 18 pounds may have been to you the last time you caught it. This was a grind. I had a really bad practice. I think I caught 1 keeper one day, 3 keepers the other day. And I just didn't have a starting spot. I didn't have a group of fish to go to. It was really a figure it out on the fly kind of day. So when I have really bad practices nowadays, it doesn't mean a lot. Most of my bad tournaments come from either good practices where the lake changes, maybe the water clears up, maybe we get a lot of rain and it muddies it up, or just a big weather system rolls through. But my bad tournaments are usually when I find fish that are around too many other people and they catch them, or I'm too confident, overly confident, and the lake changes and I don't adapt. So this was not either of those things. The fishing was going to be pretty consistent. We weren't going to have much of a weather change. The temperatures didn't change a whole lot, and I didn't have a whole lot of boats around me. So I was able to kind of just settle down, fish some history, run some new water, and put it together. But we started out on a community spot that I've caught a lot of fish on over the years. It just was one of those gut instincts. I was driving by it. I was going to go flip docks with a jig, and I just thought, warm night, maybe some fish have pulled up. You know, we didn't have a whole lot of sunshine in practice. The water's been in the high 40s, so there doesn't really give you doesn't give you much of a reason to think that the fishing is going to change for the better. But a warm night, a night that is in the 50s, warm for me, this part of the country at North Alabama, you will start seeing a progression of spring. That's my biggest indicator when fish are going to start moving in the spring. Obviously, sunshine is a big part of that, but a warm night, an unseasonably warm night, a February night where it stays 50 degrees, 60 during the day, 50 at night, 60 during the day, 50 at night. You have a couple back-to-back nights like that, and it's going to really help the fishing. So they didn't bite good on Thursday or Friday, but that typically means that they're going to bite eventually. So I pulled in on a grass stretch. My co-angler caught a 3-pounder. I caught a keeper, but it was just not right. Another boat pulled in right next to me. I watched him catch about 10 fish. They were all short. So I was thinking, this is a lot like how practice went, where just a lot of short fish were in the grass. To me, that the grass is the way to go. On any grass fishery, you want to base most of your practice in the grass. But when it's not working, you're catching a bunch of small fish, you're having fish follow your bait back to the boat and not eat it. That typically means that this isn't necessarily a deal. You got to go look for something else. So I got on a little jig on the wood bite, jig on the rock bite, something that I could just fish slow. It just seemed to me that the moving bait bite wasn't good. So I went and started fishing some docks. I ran 3 of my best stretches of docks and didn't have a bite. I had one fish follow my jig out to the boat and didn't eat it. So I was thinking, okay, this is weird too. Let's go back and check the grass. Things could change. So I pulled into a grass stretch, fish. I've got 1 keeper. It's about 9 o'clock. I'm not panicking, but a lot of the lake that I like to fish, being the main river, just wasn't playing for me this week. I just could not catch them. The water was about 2 or 3 degrees colder on the main river than it was in the creeks. We were right at that temperature where the main river's 48, which is not a good temperature for bass fishing, and the creeks were about 52, 51, which that's not great either, but it's a whole lot better than 48. So got in the creeks. I'm fishing around. I'm trying to be patient because I know how slow the bite can be this time of year when the water's cold. I'm just about to leave and I catch a 2-pounder. That's one of those things in tournament fishing where you need that to happen. If I don't catch that 2-pounder, I might leave that creek completely and my whole day goes bad. So it's one of those things where you just got to stay confident and patient. That's what it takes to catch big ones and do well in fishing tournaments. So luckily I hung around long enough, catch a 2-pounder. It was fat, which meant it was pulling up to spawn, or it was in an area that had a lot of bait. But whatever it was a good indicator that there was healthy fish in that area, which is always a plus in bass fishing. So I kind of moved off the spot, just thought, hey, maybe there's something in this little region of the lake. I went about 100 yards down, I catch another one. And then I started putting the puzzle together with a lipless crankbait. This is one of my favorite colors. I still got a little bit of the eelgrass on it from the lake, but that is an old school Excalibur. That color is tilapia, just a really good clear water color when it comes to lipless crankbait fishing. If you can find something similar to that, give that a shot. That's a really good color in clear water. So started putting the puzzle together, and it was just a little tiny area. They didn't, it wasn't a big flat or anything. It was just a small area right in front of a bay, and there were a bunch of pre-spawn females moving in there. So I catch a couple 4-pounders there. I kind of let them rest for a couple hours, went and tried some other stuff. Nothing else worked. Came back and caught a couple more 4-pounders, culled out a couple 2-pounders. So then at the end of the day, I basically think I maxed out my grass bite. I had 17 pounds or so, and they were all about the same size, 3.5 pounds. And I'm like, all right, jig, it's my deal. And this is a Arky style jig. You got a little Menace trailer on there. Now, this is not something I'm going to go out and flip in 48-degree water when I don't have a limit. This is, I got a limit. I can go do this for a couple hours and catch one fish. This is a kind of a custom skirt that I got a buddy that makes for me. It's just green pumpkin, chartreuse, and orange. I love it. This is the color that I won a tournament on in 2017 on the Barren River. But this is an awesome color. I don't think the fish see it a lot. I don't know if anyone else makes this. Just kind of a custom deal. One of my confidence colors. So I pick that full-size jig up, 25-pound test, flipping stick, and I go and hit a bunch of stretches of docks, and I catch another coal fish, probably close to 4 pounds, one of my bigger bites of the day. Culled that out. But the whole day came down to not panicking at 9 o'clock when I only had one little 15-incher, and tried a main river place. It was totally dead out there. Then I thought, all right, dude, you gotta just follow your instincts, fish what you think should be happening. The creek bite was the deal for me, and the main river was a no-go. Went into the creeks, settled down, and then it was a figure it out during the day type of thing. Got a bite that kind of keyed me in, stayed in that general area, found where those females were moving in, put it together. No live scope, old school bass fishing by just feeling it out, getting your bait to do the work, not relying on electronics, and put 18-3 together for a pretty decent tournament. So thanks for watching, guys. If you guys are coming to Guntersville, good luck to you. The lake's been fishing good, and I'll see you on the water.